Yo, hey, so welcome back to Bogging with Cat, my YouTube channel. So I am 34 and I will be turning 35 November 8th, okay? Time has flew, okay? So here at age 34, I just knew that I was going to be this travel bae, traveling the world. I thought my passport was going to be stamped by now. Honestly, I thought that I was going to be married by now, by 34. Already done had 2 kids at least, living in my house with my man, my husband. And here I am, 34, single, no kids, and yeah, just surviving, being in survival mode, really. Yeah, I just knew that my life was going to look this certain way by the time I hit 35. And it's not. A lot of times I sit and I'm like, man, like, I wonder if I did this differently, if I did that differently, would things be the way I wanted them? When we're younger, we put together these timelines and we're like, yeah, when I graduate college, I'm going to find my husband in college and we're going to get married young and we're going to have kids and we're going to buy a house and we're going to start our lives and our careers. But when we're young, we also don't take into account of life experiences that happen outside of the plans that we have. Loss, grief, financial struggles, the fact that jobs is not as easy to get as we think they are just because we have a degree. No, it's not that easy. Going through figuring out who you're gonna marry, the dating scene, like it's so many different factors. The government, the way that the world is going, the economy, being able to provide for a family when you could barely provide for yourself as a single person half the time. So yeah, it's like we didn't take into account all the things that would happen in our lives until we go through our lives. Now, granted, some people may have experienced the life that they thought or planned or whatever. Some people, a lot of people did get married young. A lot of people had their kids young. A lot of people did graduate college and immediately go into a career and start their career journey. Some people did have children already, are married, have family, all those things, brought their first home young. All those things have happened for some people. Some people planned those things and it happened for them. And then others like myself, things didn't go as smoothly as I had desired or dreamed. Because by now, my career, when I first graduated, was I was supposed to be a famous singer. Then it changed to me owning a daycare. I wanted to own one of the most prestigious and most well-known daycare centers that basically would really nurture and love on children and help to guide them into better futures. That's what I thought I was going to do then. Then I thought that I was going to be this big business owner. So I changed my major to business administration. Then eventually I wanted to do event planning, which I kind of still do from time to time. I thought I wanted to have this big event planning company and we would plan events, and eventually I would plan events for companies and celebrities. And, then now fast forward to today, I want to get into documentaries and filming people's testimonies and journeys and lives. So yeah, look how much has changed in just the area of career. What I thought I wanted in the beginning till now to today. So yeah, I am 34 and I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. I started over so many times. I changed my thoughts and my goals and my plans so many times. And yeah, and like I said, that's just in one area of my life. When it comes to romance, yeah, I've been in relationships clearly things didn't work out with any of them because here I am single. And there's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. But yeah, so much has changed from that plan that I formulated as a teenager until now in my adulthood. I've experienced tremendous amounts of loss. I have experienced life in ways that some would just, want to give up. I can't say that I never thought about it, but it's life. And like I said, we don't think about that when we are making those plans. So I think at this point in my life, ultimately, I am just learning to be content in where I am. 34 and not knowing what's next. Just living in the moment, living in the present, and just allowing my faith and just my morals and my values, my beliefs to guide me to whatever it is that will be next. Who knows if I'll be married by next year and being started a family? Who knows if next month I will finally have the first person to start my documentary series? Like, who knows? No one ever knows. Who knows by next week I will get a call for a position that I actually would love to pursue. So no one knows, but it all is just about being content in where you are in your life and not really so focused on it because I think we're so driven on the what's next and trying to figure out what's next, but not really sitting in the present, in the current, because really that is where you are. You're in the present, in the current. So you have to sit in that and enjoy that. I think that since I transitioned and moved from New Jersey to Florida, and since I've been here in Florida, I will say I have been creating so many different experiences and getting out and exploring that I think that I've done the most really in my life. Even just me going out by myself and finding activities and getting involved in different things. I've done that the most here. So really you can grow even in moments where you think you're growing. And even when it comes to your purpose, I still to this day don't know if I am moving in my purpose. I don't know if I am walking in the thing that God placed me on this earth in truly. Because you just like, I want to know the answer. I need him to like say it. I need him to like write a letter and mail it to me. I don't know. I talked to him about it, but I still feel like I don't know. I feel like I am still struggling with knowing if I am, because in my mind, I think me being a motivator and encourager through my content, I think that's me walking in my purpose, and it could be spreading love that this world clearly doesn't know how to spread when they say they love God. So me doing that through my content, I think that's my purpose. Me being able to assist people, helping them, being there for people. I think that's my purpose. But who knows? So yeah, y'all, I'm just learning to be content in where I am, content in the fact that yes, I'm 34 and turning 35 in a couple weeks, and I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know what is next. I don't know where I'm going, honestly. I feel like I'm just living day by day and I'm just going with it. Like, I'm just going with it, and I'm learning to be content with that. And you should too. You should too. I think that we should, yes, set goals and yes, put things out there that you want to achieve, but don't put so much pressure on yourself. Don't beat yourself down about it. If you don't achieve that said thing by that said time, I know there are like people when they teach goal setting and they teach things on, as far as like setting timelines, it's like you got to put this strict timeline. Like, yes, some things deserve a timeline, but then there are other things that we truly shouldn't put that much pressure on ourselves. Yeah, I sit here all day and I tell people I don't want to be 50 raising a kid. I did not think that my life would be that. Like, I would be closer to 50, possibly at this point, possibly closer to 50, 45 ish, whatever. and possibly might be raising a adolescent, a toddler. Who knows at that point? I didn't see that for myself. I didn't want that for myself. I'm thinking if at 50, me and my husband, we, almost done raising our kids, and we about to be traveling together more, and whatever. That's what I thought. But here I am. No baby in sight. No man in sight. But we go it. We strive and we push it. And that things like that shouldn't really have a, a date on it. Like, yeah, we could say, yeah, by in a year or two, I would like to have kids. I would like to have kids. But in a year or two, I can't say in a year or two I'm gonna have kids. I don't know that. I don't know that. I don't know that. And like I said, the way this economy going, the way these eggs going up, the way this milk going up, I don't know. But we'll see. But yeah, like I am learning to be content and being where I am in the space that I'm in and not focus so much on, man, I'm 35, looking at a timeline. Like, yeah, I'm a woman. So naturally for me, with women and our bodies, we don't know, um, until it is time to give birth, sometimes if certain things will happen to us or to our baby. So yes, it could be nerve wracking, it could be stressful, it could be, a little like, oh, you little like anxious about being older and having a baby. Now, it's been successful for a lot of women 30 and up having babies nowadays. So it's like it's that 50-50 of like, man, I'm like hitting that age and then but also seeing that it's been successful and having that hope that that could be me. Like that could be me and my husband being able to enjoy our children coming into this world, and I don't experience any complications, and then a child doesn't experience any complications. But yeah, man, being 34 and not feeling like not feeling like I don't have it all together, it does hit differently sometimes because I used to be that person that had to have a plan, had to have a plan inside. That's why it took me so long to move because I felt like I had to have this in place. I had to have that in place. I had to have the, and again, I'm not here to tell anyone how to run their life. If setting certain things for yourself to feel like you're set up for success is what you need, do what you got to do. But sometimes you just got to go. Sometimes you just got to move. And sometimes you just got to trust the process, really trust the process that God has you. And yeah, I was that person. I had goals lined up. I had this planned out. And I'm just like, yeah, it's going to be this way. It's going to be this way. And again, wasn't thinking about life, and wasn't thinking about the possibility of just things just being derailed. No, I didn't put that in there as like, okay, well, if this happens, then we will twerk this or tweak this, twerk this, tweak this. But no one thinks about that. We just make plans, we just make goals, and we don't think about the what ifs. Now, I'm not saying that when you make goals and you make your plans for life that you should heavily consider the what if it doesn't happen, because so I get like that too. What if this doesn't happen? What if this doesn't go? Although I made the plans, to the point where now I'm fearful and doing some of the things. So I wouldn't say heavily focus on the what if it doesn't happen, but it's just always a consideration of, yes, these plans are great and they're amazing, but sometimes life happens and you may not be able to reach it at that particular time. So where when I was younger, I would say, yeah, I wanted to be married by 22. 22, I was in a relationship and it was nowhere near ready for marriage. So I couldn't be hard on myself to say, man, I set this goal and like I'm just not here yet, and no, I can't do that. But certain things just should not have those strict boundaries or those strict like I gotta do this by then. Just be content and saying, eventually I want to get married. Eventually I want to have a family. I want to buy a house. I want to, finally be in my career. In this world, the job market, the housing market, the economy, it's a little wonky, okay? So it's at this point okay, I guess. It's right now. If you may not have a house right now, nobody is like, So yeah, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so pressed to look at those things and be like, man, I don't feel I don't feel complete or I don't feel accomplished because you've grown. If you look at yourself from today and you look at yourself a year ago, honestly, some people a month ago, you are a different person. You are a different person. Now, hopefully, different person as in a positive and in a better place, because sometimes we tend to backtrack sometimes, and that's okay too. Figure it out and get moving. But you are regardless a different person. So you could be a different person in a month, you could be a different person in a year. Don't set those strict boundaries. Don't set those strict goals and don't say be content. Be content in where you are. Be content in the space that you are in, the position that you are in, because at the end of the day, life is going to go, whether we plan it or whether we just go with the flow. Life is going to move and things are going to happen. Different things is going to just pop up. Some things are going to be like, okay, you're going to know about it in advance, but some things it's like it's just going to pop out of nowhere. And it could derail you, but it's up to you if you allow it to derail you so much. Or you could just, okay, well, all right, this just happened. All right, so how I'm going to move from here. And again, just being content, enjoy your moments, enjoy the time that you have, enjoy the seasons that you have, because we don't also know when we are going to leave this earth. We don't know when our moment here on earth is done and God is ready to say, look, you served your time. I'm taking you home. So we don't know that. We don't know when that will be, but enjoy your time, enjoy your space. It's okay to be 35. It's okay to be 40. It's okay to be 25 and don't know what you're doing, don't know where you're going. It's okay. It's okay. You're not the only one. You're not the only one there. I know when people are like, oh, when you hit your 30s, that's usually the time where you kind of like know what you're doing. No, it's okay if you don't. It's okay. I'm here, 34. Don't know what I'm doing. Don't know where I'm going. I got plans. I got goals, and still trying to figure out where to start half of them. So yeah, it's okay. Life happens. Things happen. You don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay stuck. But just do what you can. Do what you want. Do whatever you need to do to continue to live a life that is full for you. And if it's not setting goals, if it's not having things that you aspire, you just want to go to work and travel and do whatever, do that. You don't have to have lavish goals to enjoy life. You could literally just be going to work, working your job, going, doing activities, experiences, and that's a fulfilling life for you. That's okay. Not everybody is out here trying to make it to this top. Everybody's not trying to arrive at this place. It's not everybody's thing. So if that's you, be content in that. Be happy in that. Be fulfilled in that. Have joy in that. Okay. So if you like me, 35, well, turning 35, and don't know where you at, it's okay. Nobody judging you. Live your life. Live your life how you see fit, how you see life that should be for you. And you all set. So thanks for tuning in. Bible with Kat. See you later.